that's hot and fast into the law enforcement world, bro.
It was nuts. Literally the first day out of the academy. So we finish on a Monday. We don't graduate until field training ends. So that next day we start field training.
Yeah.
I was assigned to Midnight's Zone 3, which used to be right next to the zoo, was our precinct. And so I started 11 p.m. By 12 a.m., I was at my first homicide scene. Great story, actually. So it's an Atlanta fire department captain who was suspended because there were allegations of him messing around with younger girls. They proved to be true on this night. He decided to pick up a prostitute. After he picks her up, he decides he wants to smoke crack. So he goes over to the local dope boy. And the dope boy looks in the car. This is like the craziest story. Small world story. Small world. He looks in the car and sees his 16-year-old cousin. So he pulls out the gun, puts one on the guy's head. So I get there. I made coleslaw out of this guy's cabbage. There was brain matter
Jesus.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally 60 minutes into my tour, I'm at the first homicide scene. So 4 hours later, 4 a.m., my FTO decides he wanted to take a nap. We did 5 and 2s. So those guys, in addition to that, we used to have to work extra jobs. So those guys were exhausted.
Yeah.
There was no way I would ever work midnights in Atlanta. But he decided he wanted to take a nap. So we go to what was Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. It was right across the street from what became the Olympic Stadium. It was under construction. And he just reclines his chair. He goes, he's out in like 30 seconds. I have my head in a swivel, like in the most violent part of Atlanta, which is the most violent city of America. I'm like, this cat's sleeping right now. I'm looking around. And with that, she's like 1301, start for a 50-4, which is a shooting and an ambulance route. Before I can say this cat's name, he inclines his seat, puts it in drive, hits the gas, grabs the mic, and copies the call. I'm like, holy shit, I'm with Superman. So we head over, and my second dead body within 5 hours, Smith to Bass Street, a store member at the intersection. It's the only place he sold heroin in Zone 3 at least. And this dude, he was flat on his back. His eyes were wide open. It had just rained slightly, so like smoke was kind of coming off his body. Yeah. And it always struck me. I don't know how many homicide scenes I've been to and whatever death scenes. I'm like, man, 10 minutes ago, this cat was alive and living his life. Yeah. And now he's gone forever. I don't know. It always struck me when I was looking at dead bodies. And the funny part was the name Junebug came up as a possible, as the perp. So a couple months later, we're doing something drug related, and this guy's name comes up, Junebug, as a possible drug dealer. So I look at my buddy Kojo. I'm like, Coach, I go, this guy did a murder a couple months ago at Smith the Bass. He's like, what are you talking about? So I tell him. He's like, he just starts laughing. He had the deepest guttural laugh. I'm like, what's so funny? He's from Atlanta. He's like, Boys, you know any guys nicknamed Junebug? I'm like, oh, really? I thought it was like, this nickname that would stick out. Apparently, I learned later there were thousands of Junebugs in the hood. Man.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of Junebugs in Florida, too.
Yeah, all over the place. So It was not him. But that was my welcome to policing night, first night.
Wow.
Nuts. And it only got crazier after that. It was nuts. I loved it, and I thought it was normal. It was my normal. But, looking back now, in fact, I remember my cousin who used to work in the NYPD, used to work in the E3, East New York, comes on a ride along with me. And he looks at me. He's like, we're both last name Morgan. He's like, Morgs, you got to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, why? He's like, this place is nuts. I'm like, you think it's worse than the E3? He's like, E3 is like a country club compared to this. And we were single man cars. NYPD's all doubled up. So he's like, you don't even have a partner, man. I'm like, yeah, man, it is what it is. He's like, you don't even understand how crazy this is. But again, it was our normal.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
People don't understand that. And again, I'm not comparing Tampa, and I wasn't in Tampa. I was in the county. But, again, shout out to the small PDs and rural PDs because that's what love. But it is a different fucking world when you go to somewhere like Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, L.A., New York, the city of that kind of, it's a different beast, man. It is a different fucking beast.
It's so violent. I mean, I was an animal. I was as violent as like, I trained for years, so I learned how to become pretty proficient in extreme violence. I was an animal. You had to be. It was kill or be killed. And you established that reputation quick, man. They know. You get out of the car, first of all, everything is handled with violence in the hood. There's no discourse. There's no anger management. There's no talking about it. Everything is handled with violence. Consequently, as a cop, everything is handled with violence, man. You walk out, they look in your eyes, and they can smell that fear. If you're scared, you're done.
Yeah.
So you better be ready. Yep.